What's going on, y'all? Big Stacks Porzingis, aka Pee Wee the Plug, Mr. Know-It-All, the #1 Knicks fan in the world, and we just got some breaking news this morning. I recently woke up, phone was on fire. Kawhi Leonard traded to the Toronto Raptors for DeMar DeRozan, and I actually got the full details now. It's Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green to the Raptors for DeMar DeRozan, Jakob Poeltl, and a first-round pick from 2019. First reaction is wow. Of course, wow. We actually talked about this on yesterday's podcast that's coming out today. We recorded it yesterday. And one of the topics I brought up was what could Kawhi Leonard bring to the Raptors? It was reports and things going around saying that the Raptors had been in the driver's seat to land Kawhi because the Lakers and Sixers had fell out of trade talks. They had moved on. And so I was asking my fellow co-host, what could he bring to the table for Toronto, and actually what would the Raptors have to give up? And Kenny was mentioning DeMar DeRozan, and I didn't think that they would do that because I thought the whole reason to get Kawhi would be to pair him with DeRozan. So we were going back and forth about what he would bring to the Raptors and what they would have to give up and all of that. So today, to wake up and see that DeMar DeRozan is actually traded for Kawhi and he was involved, it's shocking, but it's pleasing because I know that we talked about it a day, literally, less than 15 hours before it happened. And then another topic that I brought up was player loyalty in the NBA, because of the whole Kemba Walker wanting to stay with the Hornets and thing long term. And so I began to talk about, loyalty in the NBA, because I know NBA is a business, but a lot of players are extremely loyal and they try to stay loyal to teams that draft them and whatnot. And we see all the time, year in, year out, some dirty things being happened, whether it's with Isaiah Thomas. Now we see in DeMar DeRozan. Apparently what happened with the Raptors and DeMar DeRozan is that they met during Summer League and they assured DeRozan that he wouldn't be traded. And now, it's been some days, Summer League ended days ago, and he's already been traded. So apparently they broke a promise right there. But as far as the actual trade goes, I like this for the San Antonio Spurs. It's never good to lose an all-star player or your best player, but they were able to receive another all-star player in DeMar DeRozan. Is DeMar DeRozan Kawhi Leonard when Kawhi Leonard is fully healthy? No, of course not. But when you trust Popovich's work as a coach and then the talent and ability of DeMar DeRozan, you put those two together, I think it's a potential there. As far as the Raptors, I think this is a risky move. There's already been reports from Chris Haynes that Kawhi has no desire to play in Toronto, which to me makes it the risky move. I understand the NBA isn't about satisfying the fan base. It's about improving and getting better to reach the ultimate goal, which is to win the championship. And yes, Kawhi Leonard improves that team if Kawhi Leonard is healthy and back to his self pre-injury, which before he got hurt, we was talking about top 3 player in the league, top 5 for sure. So whenever you're able to get a top 5 player, of course your team is better. But wanting to be there is a big factor, because it'll change the way he goes into the season. So you might have just traded your franchise player in peace for the last 10 years or so in DeMar DeRozan for a guy who's only going to be there, for the year, and then he's gone. And now you're stuck with Lowry, Ibaka, and Jonas Valanciunas. You'll still have OG Anunoby, but it just won't look as good. So that's a big risk. But like I said, it's all about improving and giving yourself the best chance to win a championship. It's not a move that I think I would make. I know a lot of teams are seeing the Paul George situation and they're thinking that they can convince guys to stay after being one-year rentals. I'm not sure you can convince Kawhi Leonard to stay just because it's a different situation than Paul George. Paul George has Russell Westbrook, who he likes playing with, is another dynamic star, and those two believe that them together can do some dangerous things. And they're also aware that Carmelo Anthony was making $28 million a year. So in their minds, even if Carmelo stays for this second season, after this year, even if he comes back, he won't be making 28 million. So that'll open up some space for us to bring in a guy, you know what I mean, or guys, multiple people to spread that money around. Now that we know that Carmelo is going to part ways with the Thunder, that now opens up their pockets a little bit to go out and address needs. So I think that that's a very different situation opposed to Kawhi Leonard being in Toronto when he's openly, for the most part, has had ties to LA, whether it was the Clippers or the Lakers. His uncle has the ties to New York and the Knicks and things like that. Toronto was just came out of nowhere and got him. But the good thing about the Raptors is that the East is wide open. You take Cleveland and LeBron out of the East, and now it's the Sixers, Celtics, and them. And then you have Indiana, Milwaukee, and things like that. I still think the Raptors with Kawhi healthy, I still think they're better than Milwaukee and Indiana. So, you know, they have a chance. You know, the East is not a one-way team or one-way ticket to the finals for anybody. So, you know, like I said, if Kawhi is back to the top 3 level, then they for sure have a chance to do something that they have never done, and that's compete for a championship. So you know, I understand it. And as far as the San Antonio Spurs, I think the San Antonio Spurs aren't as bad. I like what they were able to get in return. They got Marco Bellinelli in free agency. DeMar DeRozan and Rudy Gay are back playing with each other. They still have DeJounte Murray, defensive all-team, youngest player to ever do it. Then you still have Aldridge. So there are some things there. This is a good trade. I'm interested to see where it goes. You brought in Jakob too, so he'll probably replace Paul Gasol down the line, and then you have a 2019 pick. So I really feel like the Spurs won the trade, unless Kawhi Leonard comes back and is an MVP type player and then he re-signs, then the Raptors win. But I mean, if you get him for 1 year and then he's gone and you lose DeRozan, a 2019 pick, which might not have a lot of value, but the Spurs make every pick they have valuable, so it will have some value. And then Jakob under Popovich, the Spurs and Popovich have some things to play with. You know what I mean? When you talk about DeJounte Murray, Patty Mills, Lonnie Walker, then we go DeMar DeRozan, Marco Bellinelli, Rudy Gay, Dante Cunningham that they just signed, who I think, you know, Dante Cunningham obviously isn't a star, just this terrific player. But I mean, when you think about the Spurs, what they do, I think he can fit in there, and I think Popovich will find a role for him to succeed in. And then when you talk about LaMarcus Aldridge and Beatrice, then you talk about Gasol and Jakob and then they got the guy from USC that they drafted as well, who was a big 7-footer. I can't pronounce his name, but if you watch college basketball, you're familiar. So we got Rudy Gay and DeMar DeRozan back being teammates. So I think that'll help DeMar DeRozan transition to San Antonio. He has somebody there he's comfortable with who can get him prepared for what to expect from Popovich and just the Spurs organization in general. So I'm really excited. I'm very excited. I'm hoping for DeMar DeRozan to have, you know, the best season of his career. I hate how he was told that he wouldn't be traded and then got traded anyway. I think this is a good situation for, you know, both teams. If the Raptors can get Kawhi at his highest level, or how he was before the injury, and that there's no drama, he just comes in and plays real good for them, I think that they can be solid. But you know, if things aren't, you know, super good, and this could be a disaster. But right now, just on paper, if we're taking both players at their best, or their most recent memory that we have of them, then I think this trade works out. The Raptors also get Danny Green, who I think is his most value comes from being with the Spurs. But we're gonna give Danny Green the benefit of the doubt. He's a 3-and-D guy who you can never have too many of those. So you put him on that bench, which is real good. That bench loses Jakob though. I don't know who's gonna replace him as far as being the center or a big man off the bench. But as of right now, just on paper, real good trade. What will make these teams be winners and losers is how this pans out. You know what I mean? Like I said, if Kawhi ends up leaving and this is just a 1-year rental, and the Raptors just traded one of their most loyal and greatest players of their organization ever for a 1-year rental, then this is a disaster for them. You know, and the Spurs win it by a long shot. But if they can get the most out of Kawhi and they can do something special this season, whether it's going to the Eastern Conference Finals or going to the finals in general, then I think, and then you're able to retain him. Or, you know, I'm not sure. You know, I just can't, even me saying that just brings doubt automatically into my mind. I just cannot see them keeping Kawhi Leonard. But if they did, with the small percentage that it happened, if they did, then you know, you have to look at them as winners as well. But the one thing I do know is that the Spurs are not, they will not be a loser in this trade. And then I forgot to mention Manu Ginobili also, of course, when I was talking about the depth chart of the San Antonio Spurs. They have a lot. They have a lot. I really cannot wait to see the San Antonio Spurs team. I'm more interested to see the Spurs than I am to see the Raptors, because I don't know. I'm just real interested to see what Pop does. I love Pop. I'm a big fan of what he does, and I feel like he brings the best out of these players, which is why I'm so interested to see not the Raptors, but Kawhi without Popovich. That's something I'm also very interested to see. And we'll see if Kawhi is truly a superstar, or is he an all-star, or, you know, was he just real good in a Spurs situation that Popovich was able to put him in. We're gonna see now. Or maybe he was held back. Maybe Kawhi is maybe he has some playmaking in it. Maybe it's more to his game than we've ever gotten to see, because he was with the Spurs. You know, it's so much mystery about Kawhi on and off the court. We'll hopefully be able to see many of those layers start to get peeled back, and we'll see some things. And then with DeRozan, is it another gear for him to go to? Is there things that Popovich can do to his game to iron out his weaknesses? You know, will DeRozan now be, you know, I don't think DeRozan was ever just some tremendously trash defender, but he also wasn't a lockdown guy or anything like that. But will Pop bring out some motivation to him to step his defensive game up? Will his offensive game expand? I don't know, but I believe in Popovich to take him to another level, and we see that Popovich gets the best out of his players. So I'm interested to see that. And then, like I said, Jakopoto with Popovich, you know, the sky's the limit with that as well. But all in all, I'm excited for this trade. Thank y'all for tuning in. At the end of this video, I'm gonna give y'all a new behind the scenes of Through the Wire. This is one of the first behind the scenes videos since Through the Wire has become a visual podcast. Appreciate all the support and love y'all have given us from, you know, day one to now, being with House of Highlights and Bleacher Report, and y'all have shown tremendous support, tremendous love. The DMs, the messages, the tweets, all of that is much appreciated. I've also been going on Twitch. Like I said, add me on Twitch, Pee Wee the Plug. I'm streaming daily, 2K, Fortnite, all of that. Come through, hang out with me and the rest of the guys. The guys being the fans. I don't stream with Kenny, Mike, or Derek because they play Xbox. I'm on PlayStation. But the chat is always good. We always have like 40 or 50 people in there. Last night we had over 1,500 comments. We got up to 50 people. And it is dope. We talk basketball, we talk whatever's going on, and we have a good time. So make sure you tune in to that. Follow me on all social media. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, and enjoy this behind the scenes look of Through the Wire. Peace. I heard of it. I just want to know why they have DVDs.
Because I had that bitch on DVD.
He did, my man.
My mom used to collect all those movies.
I was about to say, look like you had that bitch for 20 years.
I got DVDs.
That's why it got her name on it.
I got DVDs too, but I'm not gonna give nobody one because I'm
a Purge, brother.
You did?
Yeah.
It was good.
Was it? It wasn't a good movie, no.
You got somebody
It was
to lip.
entertaining, but
It was.
It wasn't a good movie. It was so many things. I'm like, they weren't acting like real humans, bro. There were like 12 situations where them niggas could have had guns, bro, and they just would not pick the gun up, especially if the hoe knew how to use the shit. Remember she had the fucking revolver?
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't you pick up the other gun? But I mean, it was entertaining. That one scene, I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil it.
Man, spoil the movie.
They threw the mist and they killed all the white people.
Oh yeah.
I was like, damn, that shit.
No,
was crazy.
what was the funniest part to me is when
It was one scene where they killed all the white people.
Not all of them.
But all the
bro, the whole movie was just niggas killing white people.
Did you laugh at the part when they were looking at the cameras and they were like, they're not killing anybody. They're having a block party.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what niggas would do. We're not just gonna be killing each other for no reason.
They was literally having just a regular block party. That shit had me dead, bro.
Man.
Well,
I just can't wait to start this, you know. We had a nice discussion last time, and I checked them comments out, you know.
I read all the comments, and there is people on both sides, bro.
It was, but I seen a lot on the non-playmaking side, you know. Shouts out to Twitter, too.
oh, yeah.
Did you even post? Who
Did you do
posted
a
that
poll
tweet?
or just the
Right,
didn't
he
post
just
a poll.
he didn't do no
I didn't
poll.
I didn't
You
do
should
a
have
poll.
did a poll.
Exactly.
That would give people.
I
If
was
you-
gonna have an actual statistic on it.
If you would have if you was gonna talk about it at all on the page, I thought you should do a poll. I ain't know.
I thought about doing
Me
it.
too.
But
The reason the poll is so much better is because people can just vote and
Yeah,
no
yeah, I
instead of
know.
typing a full sentence.
Yeah.
Alright, that's not bad.
I did one though, and y'all didn't see one I posted. Yeah, it got.
Your account's on private, bro.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It
should be because
It was 60-40.
Bro,
It was
why'd you put
60-40.
that in the chat yesterday?
What do you put in the chat?
Fucking dick.
Wow.
It was a Twitter chat. Don't click the link that he put in there.
Oh yeah, I don't really check
It's
Twitter.
just a dude in a bed naked. He just threw the link.
There's somebody on my timeline, some dude actually
Oh,
liked
so
it.
now you got that mindset.
Oh,
That's
shit.
your mindset.
Ow.
If I had to see it, you gotta see it.
Yeah, I did do that one time, didn't I? What I'm gonna say though, a fan DM me.
Saying what?
Like, tell Derek he can't be retweeting those things no more because y'all with Bleach Report.
That's what dude from that one Instagram page. He DM me talking about you guys got a great show. You should tell your co-host to be more respectful. I'm like, he a grown ass man. You can
Wait, which dude?
the dude that talked to KD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we gonna talk about that. I'm
He a
sorry.
grown ass.
That's hilarious.
No more.
You're right, because that's exactly what he want.
Tell who to be more respectful.
Yo, this what happened,
Yeah,
Derek.
yeah.
This what happened, bro. A matter of fact, cool with me telling you this story so they can know too. This is all what happened. I swear to God, this what happened. I'm on Twitter. Well, I'm on Twitch. And then I go on Twitter. I get a tweet from Mike's tweet about Kevin Durant that we were just talking about. A dude quoted it and was like, and sent me this whole paragraph like, I appreciate y'all talking about my topic, but I feel like y'all.
What was the topic?
I feel like the KD, but
Oh,
I,
KD situation.
but he like, I feel like y'all ridiculed me. Y'all need to have more respect for me and the IG community. So I don't know who this is at all. I don't even know what he talking about. Like his topic, I don't know what that mean. I forgot that we
Sit
even
down,
talked about the post.
The post.
I'm like, what topic are you talking about? So I quote his tweet. God bless you. I told him, I'm like, bro, I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you're talking about. So go that way. And then he said, all right, buddy. But then one of our fans had tweeted that and was like, dude, just because you got into it with KD don't mean you famous. Don't nobody know who you are. I'm like, oh, that's who that is.
Who tweeted us?
He tweeted me.
Tweeted you.
He quoted your tweet from Through the Wire and tweeted me. And then and I'm like, oh, that's who that is. And then all the fans started going at him in defense for me. And then he said something to one of the fans like, this dude ain't no celebrity or it ain't about being known. I got 58,000 followers on Instagram. I'm like, bro. No. Then that's when I said something to him. I'm like, nobody called me a celebrity. Like, literally nobody called you the one using that word. I'm like, you're not known. You're only known as the dude who got into a KD. So he want me to be respected. And I'm just like, don't try to come at the show like we ridiculed you. We don't even know you to ridicule you. We talked about Kevin Durant. Like nobody know. I don't know how you look. I don't know what's your name.
We never mentioned
We
that.
talked
This is
about
what he
Kevin
said.
Durant.
I'm trying to look at this.
Kenny, you're doing great work, but talk to your fellow podcast members so disrespectful. I said my co-hosts are adults. They say what they want. I don't control them. He said, all right, man, didn't know adults could be held responsible. Could it be held responsible or to a professional standard of the business? I'm like, we're not professionals. We're just four dudes that like to talk ball. That's what I say. And then he said, okay, cool. Keep up the work.
And you know what's funny? He was following me. And then he
That's
tried.
the dude who made that NBA page on IG.
The dude got into a Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
So-
what is his name? I never seen
Bucket Central or something like that.
Oh yeah. He followed. I'm pretty sure they follow me. That page follows me too.
Right. He unfollowed me after I told him but then he tried to act like he never followed me and shit like that. And I'm like, bro, you follow me. I don't follow you. Then he like, I don't follow you. Dog, I just clicked on your page and it says follows you. Let's not do this. Then he tried to say,
bro. Why you trying to go on this page? No, it said Bucket Central.
He said something.
You don't want to.
Kenny put you on or something. I'm like, yeah, I'm not even sure about this dude. This dude, crazy. I go look at the comments on our video just to see the discussion. Why he in the comments saying, "Oh, the Ben Simmons dude, he sees what I was talking about." So what is the problem? I said first you comment.
I doubt he actually listens to us. I'm pretty sure
Somebody told him.
Yeah, somebody told him.
Exactly.
Like,
So you in the comments saying that I get what you're saying.
Because he had just followed me on Instagram before he commented. So I mean, he not.
You went from going. The first thing he ever said about us was in the video saying, "Oh, the Ben Simmons dude gets where I was coming from." How do you go from me getting what you coming from to going on Twitter saying we ridiculed you? You want attention. That don't add up. If I go to you, Derek, and was like, "Man, you get me, bro," and then I go on Twitter like, "Bro, you made fun of me. You embarrassed me, Derek." You gonna be like, "What the fuck?" You all over the place. So Kevin Durant, I get you.
Did you say I get you?
And then I had to tell her, I'm not Kevin Durant. I slapped
Well,
you.
I meant to have like 3 different. I don't know what everybody's interested in. I just wrote down a bunch.
Porzingis again! That brought the crowd to their feet.